We finished watching all of the shows that interested us from the fall 2025 anime season, so it's time to rank them. Starting with the dropped section, this season it felt like we took more chances on shows that we weren't confident about from the trailers, which contributed to just how many anime we dropped. I also had a lower patience level towards the end of this season because I was doing a medication change, so take this all with a grain of salt. So the first show that we have to rank is My Status as an Assassin Obviously Exceeds the Heroes, which we really liked. So for me personally, it's one of the best of the season.
Yeah, I think that one might end up being the best of the season. Starting off strong. It was a fun, different take on Isekai, it felt like.
Then we have My Hero Academia, the final season. I feel like with a bit of editing, it could have been better, but overall it was still good, so it's probably A tier.
Yeah, I think I agree. Was a solid ending to a pretty good show.
Dusk Beyond the End of the World was a pretty fun sci-fi show, and it was one of the first ones that got me out of like a serial dropping funk. So I feel like it was at least average.
I thought the world was really interesting, and our three main characters were fun to be around, and learning how the world got to the state that it was really cool.
With You, Our Love Will Make It Through wasn't necessarily groundbreaking, but it also wasn't like trash either, like a lot of people were trying to make it out to be. I think it was still just fairly average. This was another one where the world building was really interesting, but other than the Beast People, that didn't have anything special that it was doing in particular. I really enjoyed plus-sized Misadventures in Love, and her enthusiasm, even in difficult situations, was pretty infectious. And so for me, this was a runner-up.
Yeah, it was really fun to see how she would frame different situations, and the mystery of this and how she lost her memories actually really intrigued me. I was a little disappointed that we didn't get further in solving it.
It was only a cliffhanger ending because we'd have no guarantee of a season 2. Yano-kun's Ordinary Days was another best of the best for me. The comedy was really good, and the characters were so heartwarming and really cute together, so I just loved it.
I liked the comedy, but I couldn't stick with it the whole season, so it'd probably be closer to meh for me.
You're also just not much of a romance person. Campfire Cooking Season 2 was so good. It was like coming home, you know, having the same vibes as Season 1, and Sui is so adorable. He's so heartwarming. I love him.
You could say it was a nice home-cooked meal. So it's best of the best, right? It was solidly above My Hero, at least.
Well, yeah. I always struggle with putting sequel seasons in best of the best because it feels like cheating.
Well, we're watching the sequel because we liked the first one.
Yeah. And they're still bringing the quality, which is very good to me. May I Ask for One Final Thing was a lot of fun. And I think that if you don't come into it expecting something ultra serious, then you're really going to enjoy it. So for me, it was a high runner-up.
I also was very surprised that she had more depth than just punching.
I thought My Awkward Senpai was definitely worth watching. It's just that for me, I like shows better when they get together sooner. And she was definitely very timid, having no dating history. So that was a little bit frustrating, but not like ruining the show or something. I think this would be average.
Yeah, I think I agree. I also enjoy shows that move a little bit more with their romance.
Past the Monster Meat, Milady was one of my biggest disappointments of this season. So it's going to go in meh because I didn't actually drop it, but I just kept hoping that it was going to do something better than it did.
Yeah, for a show that billed itself as being food focused and dealing with her
unique food choices.
Yeah, unique food choices. And we got a lot of other shows that weren't even that based around food.
That had better food.
That had better looking food. And one show based around food that had much better looking food.
I mean, when you're competing against Campfire Cooking. Because there's a lot of monster meat in that show that gets eaten. Hero Without a Class was like one of the first shows that we watched this season, and so I think that I initially weighted it more positively than I probably should have. Now, looking at it compared to everything else that we watched, it's probably C tier.
It was still fun to watch, but we didn't get as much depth into how he was able to do class skills without having a class, which I wish was explored more.
They also didn't develop him as a character very well, and so there were some frustrations around that and how he treated other people.
And he abandoned his love interest.
Kakuriyo Bed and Breakfast Season 2 was such a squandered opportunity, I guess. Felt like a wasted effort. You put it in C. I was so sad. It was like, usually if a story is good, which the manga is good, I love it, I can handle whatever the animation is doing, but the animation was so wonky that it was legitimately distracting. I would put a gatherer's adventure in Isekai in C because I was fairly bored the whole time and the characters weren't very memorable. But I know that you liked it more because slow life type things don't bother you.
Yeah, I agree that the first few episodes especially were on the slower end, but it did start to pick up. We can leave it as kind of top of the meh. He'll be the gatekeeper.
A Wild Last Boss Appears felt like there was almost too much going on and no cohesion, and the main character was more of just a camera instead of actually doing anything or having an effect on the story. They just sat back and watched, so I would put it in meh.
Yeah, and we kept getting glimpses at more interesting stories in the past that framed the world that they were getting dragged around. We getting canceled today?
Yeah, I know it's an unpopular opinion, but Gachiakuta was just... the longer it went on, the less it was my jam. I felt like there were so many cool opportunities with the things that were set up in the first 5 or 6 episodes in particular, and then it was kind of just like, we're not going to delve deeper into that. We're not going to flesh out these characters, and I don't know if that payoff exists in the future. The foundational elements of a compelling story are there. So for this season, it's like the beginning was a runner-up and the ending was an average. I don't know.
So we can stick it kind of here in average in hopes that things get better.
I'm hoping that it pulls a solo leveling where season 2 really just grips me and I'll be like, okay, I went through all of this for a reason.
Now that they're kind of done setting the world up, we can hopefully go into more depth in the characters.
I absolutely love Spy Family, but season 3 was so disconnected. The family was not together in their shenanigans or missions or anything, and so that kind of brought it down from a best to a runner-up for me. And we didn't see Bond that much.
I need more Borfs in my Spy Family.
So with everything sorted correctly, as a whole, fall 2025 had a higher than average number of excellent shows, but then also a higher than average number of dropped for us. Nothing really stuck out to me as a personal level of rabid obsession, though.
Sui didn't stick out to you?
Obsession for me is a show that makes me like immediately go and look for the source material and look at all the fan art and actually rewatch it and all those things. And so none of that happened here. That's what I mean. If you want to watch our individual reviews for a specific show, we have the playlist for this season linked in the description. And if you're having fun, please like and subscribe.